MLB The Show, I've decided to change things up a bit and begin my first ever Let's Play video. So for today, I will be playing Tomb Raider Legend. This is a game from back in 2000. Playing the first Tomb Raider game I ever completed. It was the first game following the first reboot of the series after the failed Angel of Darkness game from 2003 that was originally part of a planned trilogy, but because that game was rushed and released early and was full of glitches, the planned trilogy was cancelled after just one game. One thing I will say is that during cutscenes and dialogue, I won't be saying anything so you guys can hear what characters are saying. So, to finish what I was saying earlier before I start playing this game, there were a few changes that were made to the two games beginning with Tomb Raider Legend, the most notable of which was the fact that you were no longer able to stockpile weapons and ammunition throughout the game. You were limited to carrying just dual pistols and a rifle, shot, or shotgun, depending on whatever was available at particular levels. This was was a critically acclaimed game, although it was a bit shorter than other games and a bit shorter than I would have liked. So we're going to start a brand new game for this series, and in the interest of getting this done quickly without having to potentially start over due to mistakes, we'll just play on the easy difficulty.
Doesn't mean they're not real.
That is very true, but perhaps they don't wish to be found. I've heard they're rather fierce.
Yeti only look fierce. They probably don't like being so cold all the time. I shouldn't like it either.
You never have to be cold, my Lara, if you don't want to be.
Look!
Henry, what's happened?
Lady Croft,
Mayday, Mayday! This is Bravo Tango 229er. We've lost our right side engine. Trying to get cross feeds open.
Are we going to crash?
Starboard engine non-responsive.
Not unless it's absolutely necessary.
Stabilizer jam. Kicking rudder to losing altitude. We're going full nose down!
Close your eyes, darling.
I don't want to close my eyes.
think you forgot your climbing gear on purpose.
What would give you that idea? Really, Zip. It's like going up a set of stairs, only far less boring.
Yeah? Well, I want to throw up every time you look down. Hey, Alistair's back. Grab a headset.
Back so soon? From Florence, wasn't it?
Decided on Genoa at the last minute. My dissertation will never see daylight at this rate, but never mind that. What are you doing in Bolivia?
Ascending! Alistair, meet Tuanak. She's a lovely pre-Incan civilization, currently in ruins.
Delighted.
I've been looking for certain artifacts. Well, for some time now. And an old friend working in the powers has tipped me off about a rather promising rumor.
What sort of artifacts?
An ornate stone dais, among other things.
A big rock, and she won't say why.
Oh well. Where would the suspense be otherwise?
So as you can see, in the early stages of this game, there will be directions to guide you throughout the level. So as you can see, press X to jump, press X while moving. The left analog stick in a direction to jump in that direction. Hold X longer to jump higher and farther, which we will need to do evidently to jump across this ledge. And voila! Hold up, something doesn't feel right here. Aha, that's it. For the life of me, I never get why games don't have these options in them automatically, because that's what everybody does. Or at least I've yet to see meet anybody who doesn't. So where do we go next? Oh, how about that? I don't think that's where we're supposed to go. Here's our next. So we swim across this little river here.
Lovely.
Hey, do me a favor and check your PDA.
It still works, if that's what you're wondering.
Cool. They said it was waterproof. You should be able to swim with it, no problem. Unless you eat it, then you'll have to wait an hour.
Speaking of which, let's take a look at this. So here is your PDA, which can be accessed by pressing the select button. And it shows you your objectives for the mission, depending on which will change based on your location. Data points, which talk about where you are. It also tells you certain statistics, like whether you completed the mission, if you've beaten this level, whether how long it took you, whether you finished the time travel, which is the time trial, which is a game mode where you can try to complete a mission in the shortest amount of time, and finally, rewards. Throughout each level, there are different relics or implements, and I think we actually saw one. Aha! There's one right. Speaking of which, there's one right over there. So let's go back and get it. Let's see which one is this. Each reward can be picked up using the triangle button. Let's see. Which did we get? See which one we got. And finally, gear. Dual pistols, which you always have on you. A magnetic grapple, health packs, binoculars, and a flashlight. stone is in the way, so we'll push it out, and then jump. But first, we'll go down and pick up this. Now, because I beat this game previously, it shows the stats from that game. So climb up this vine. Pressing the triangle button will help you climb faster. And now here we have to, swing across this rope to reach.
The video is going to make me sick if you keep on swinging, Lara.
Look away from the screen then.
Now let's turn on the flashlight, which can only be powered for a limited amount of time before it turns off, before it shuts down due to the battery going dead. It recharges. And now we see how to get to our next point. Jump up in here, grab onto this ledge.
Deep breath, Sip. This will be a long trip otherwise.
Shooting across.
Forgot you were such an optimist.
You see that big rock up there? As soon as we start to head across this waterfall, it's gonna roll right after us. So we just wait for it to go past us.
That was too close.
And then we just continue on our way. One thing I will say is that I am playing this game with a controller that's kind of stiff, so it might take a few tries to get through things because it doesn't always.
I'm here, but I don't see no climber. Yeah, well, I can't shoot on sight if I can't see nobody. Got worked up thinking I'd put someone down today. Now there's nothing. He owes me one. Hell yeah, I'll tell Rutland myself. No.
Now what do we have here?
You saw the clips below.
Our first kill.
Any idea who he is or who he works for?
I haven't the foggiest. He's deliberately unremarkable.
Is that good or bad?
It's deliberate, which isn't good.
And what's the first rule of treasure hunting? When you're looking for something, there's always somebody else on the trail. But hey, what's a little competition, right? That's not how we get across there. First we get another reward, one that I probably already had. Oh, well. Oh, I think I know how we get it. Grab onto the ledge, shimmy across, jump up to the next level by pressing X. Push this over the ledge. And then run up to here. Although that didn't quite work. Let's try it again. No, that's still not it. Let's see. How do we get up there? That's strange. Aha. There we go. And voila. Now, as I showed a minute ago, I used the grappling hook, which we use pressing the square button. Objects that shine can be used are objects you can use the grappling hook on. So we're going to use it to pull away this large stone. Press the triangle button to pull it. And we have now opened the door.
So what? You jumped out and started swinging?
Yeah, sort of danced around, screaming and yelling, whatever.
Yeah? Well, I would have kicked the hell out of him.
Yeah, whatever, man. Came flying at me screaming monkey talk.
First we gotta get rid of these two guys.
Who are these guys? The question is, why go to this much trouble to guard some ruins?
Quite.
Probably because there's more to those ruins than you think there are. So we jump across that, then first let's go and get this thing. Now we jump back and grab the, or no, that's not how that works. Grab the ledge again, jump up. Where we go. Swing across. And then hold on to these. Did he drop something? No, he did not. So now we have to jump across this ledge, which is too high to jump across on its own. But we can press X as we jump and hold on to that and swing across. Easy peasy.
Isn't she beautiful? I'm falling in love all over again.
You say that to all the ruins.
I'm a terribly lucky girl. And here come the bloody tourists to spoil it.
Your gear doesn't pick up detail that small. What do you see?
Men with guns. Mercenaries by the look of them.
What are they doing there?
Getting into trouble.
To me. So, when we pressed the triangle button, we triggered a rock slide and took out a few of our enemies for us. It's not efficient, but hey, it gets the job done, right? That's all that matters. we have ourselves a new weapon. What do we have here? Submachine gun. Which does have limited ammo, but I'm sure we'll pick up more of it along the way. So it's all good. But this controller is not all good. Alright, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Because after all, the third time's a charm, right? Right? Yes, it is. Looks like we're going to have to climb a bit higher up. So if moving the left analog stick is swinging, then holding triangle button to climb the rope. And moving the stick to the left or right rotates. And honestly, at this rate, you might as well just use the secondary. Might as well use whatever weapon you have aside from pistols, because you can't take it with you to the next level.
That sounded permanent.
Death by irony is always painful. Amateurs.
Now, what sort of trap befell them? We're gonna take this one real slow, because something. Oh, I think I know what it is. Aha! I think you guys know what I'm gonna do now. I bet you do.
Glad you're on your toes.
Just like
Useful
I planned.
survival skill.
What's all this stuff for? Moving heavy materials deeper into the mountain, probably. Sometimes ancient builders had to tunnel around hard rock deposits.
That actually made things easier for me. Which way do we go? This way. And here's the first time in the series we go on the water. I don't know about you guys, but I always get nervous going underwater in these kind of games. But it can't be helped. Okay, let's see. Just to make sure we're heading in the right direction. Does this thing have a... Does this thing tell us what direction we're facing? Wait, no, that wouldn't help. It doesn't. Let's see. Okay, we'll go this way. Another reward. Okay, so let's see. We're facing this way. Again. I'm not in the same area as I was before. About to find out. I think I am. Alright, let's try that one again. How on earth did that happen? Now we're in the right spot. Cheetah isn't a giveaway. Or whatever it is.
Why predators attack prey larger than themselves is a mystery.
And a pity.
Now how do we get past that? Just simply get across before the thing closes. This time, however, we have a tool to help us get past this second set.
Is that a skull monkey or a person? Spooky.
Grab the bars, push through. Here, finish one puzzle.
Looks like you're going forward.
And now we find ourselves we get another puzzle.
The patience and persistence.
Fortunately, this one is also simple once we use the binoculars.
That's a mechanism. That's something I could move.
There are multiple somethings you can move here. This is simply a matter of moving objects onto pressure plates. Fortunately, one of them is right over here, and the other three are easily accessible. So we'll just move this plate over here. Put two other crates on the other pressure plates, and that will open the door. At first, First, we have to take out this jaguar.
Someone picked an unfortunate place to hunt.
The first plate down here can simply be moved onto this. Moved onto the this seesaw, and now we use it as to launch it up. Two out of three. And now finally, objects like this is a bit of a hassle. Alright, I think we got this. Alright, go. Do this one more time. And boom. Nicely done.
Man, this place is weird and complicated. It probably wasn't so back when it was fully furnished. We're looking at the stripped-down version of what's left 1,000 years later.
Now finally, to get across to the now open door, we climb up this chain. Me across here, jump up. And then monkey bar away across there. Drop down onto this ledge. Jump. Swing. And go through.
Oh, damn!
And now we have a quick time event.
You in one piece?
And still breathing, yes.
I now lost my sense of orientation, briefly. But we've regained it now, so we are on our way once more. It's kind of dark in here, isn't it? So let's turn... Ah, another jaguar. Alright. So in order to get to the other side of the ledge, we have to swing across these things. Jumping and grabbing onto this will turn one as we grab it.
It's the center of the evil Codebreak Empire. None of this appears in any of the literature, but I'd say they're ceremonial in nature.
If that's the case, it's not a ceremony I'm keen on witnessing.
No, but first, can we get that? How do we get up there? Let's see what happens if we do this. much good. That just landed us somewhere else. Didn't we just go the same way? I think we did. Way to get to it? I guess we'll worry about it later. Though now I think I do know how to get to it, but we'll just... Let's see what happens if we... Let's see what happens if we go this way. Still not it. Alright, never mind, let's just get it. I can't believe I did that again. Not part of the plan, I can assure you. Better not make this mistake again. Ah! See, this is the problem with this controller. It evidently didn't think I was pointing. It evidently thought I was pointing right instead of up. Let's do this slowly. And drop down. Following a winding trail which leads to nothing, and now a cutscene. one thing I should tell you guys is that because this controller has problems, sometimes the game will just... the start button will seemingly press itself and the game will pause randomly, which is evidently what happened here.
Hold your fire!
Oh, talk about spooky.
Lara Croft! I've been hoping I'd get to meet you. Just gonna talk.
I'm listening.
Have you found a piece of this? Is this what led you here?
Where did you find that?
It doesn't matter. What's important is what it does. Do you know?
What I know is my business.
So you don't then, and that means you don't have a piece. Amanda said you were sloppy. You should have paid more attention to Paraíso.
Amanda? Amanda's dead. What the hell do you know about Paraíso?
We're done talking.
So now we have to jump across Brit. Now take out that guys, and then the level's complete. Weapons, since that's what these guys are obviously carrying something else. This is the last guy? I think it is.
There is more than one. Father, you were right.
What was that?
Keep yourselves caffeinated, lads. We've some work ahead of us.
Means we're still alive. Can't complain about that.
You have unlocked a time trial. To attempt it, select load level from the main menu and select time trial as your difficulty. And that completes the first level of Tomb Raider Legend. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the second level, which is in Peru. If you guys like what you saw, hit the button, subscribe, or if there's anything you want to say, hit the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.